today's gauntlet and only 2 will advance to the big dance. If last Monday's quarterfinals thrilled you, today's semifinals will raise the bar. This is the PVL Reinforced Conference, the heart of volleyball.
Hit the ground, 느낌은 crystal clear. I got no fear. Heartbeat racing louder than a gun. 이 순간 난 already won. I'm invincible, nothing can break me. Limitless flow, don't try to chase me. Crash like a wave, wild and free. You move that way, I'm all you see. Invincible, na 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 na. Na 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 na. Invincible, na 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 na. Na 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 na. 두지 않아.
Down to the last 4 teams in our 2025 PVL Reinforced Conference. Brooke Van Sickle and the PETRO GAZZ Angels looking to make another Reinforced Conference Finals appearance. If they go on to beat Justin Hazareno and the AKARI Chargers, who won't make it easy as they were just there in that position last year. They want to get back to that same spot as we are ready for our semi-final showdown this Thursday inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum at 4 p.m. It's the AKARI Chargers taking on the PETRO GAZZ Angels for our first match of this doubleheader, followed by the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells and the PLDD High Speed Hitters. Thank you so much for joining us on One Sports Plus and the Pilipinas Live app. Tip Bianco alongside Noringo and Kyla King. So guys, after almost 2 months of intense battle in the Reinforced, we're finally down to the last 4 teams in the tournament.
I know we're down to our last 2 days actually of this conference, and it's been a long journey for all these teams. They just want to give their all here.
But we still have a lot of stories to tell, so we'll get to your reports later, Kyla. But Noreen, let's talk about these 2 teams. Of course, the AKARI Chargers, huge upset, beating the #1 team in the quarterfinals. And for PETRO GAZZ, they have the championship DNA when it comes to this Reinforced.
Well, for me, the race is wide open because it started with AKARI with a historic win, the #8 seed defeating Farm Fresh, which is the #1 seed. Then immediately followed by the #5 seed beating Creamline, which is PETRO GAZZ beating Creamline. So the race is wide open. Both these teams like the Reinforced Conference. AKARI's best was last year, silver in the Reinforced Conference. And then we know PETRO GAZZ, they were champions 2019 and 22, so they like the Reinforced Conference. So you know, no less than the final. So we're in for a Royal Rumble today.
It's going to be a great match between these 2 teams, lower seeded actually, heading into the quarterfinals, but that's the tournament format for you. They could go on and just 1 game enter the next round. Let's talk about these 2 teams. First, for the AKARI Chargers, as you mentioned, last year nandito lang sila sa finals against Creamline, and now they are back, have a shot in getting back in that position. And 2 players that we're going to talk about, their reinforcement, Annie Mitchum, who scored 25 points against Farm Fresh. She has been incredible, especially in her debut. Doon pa lang nagsimula, she set the tone for AKARI this tournament.
You know, I like the term that describes her, methodical, because obviously she's a smart player, a thinking player. She knows how to dissect the opponent's defense and outwit them. So she scored 25 points and she ended #2 in spiking. So you know she's going to be huge and the focal point of their offense today.
Yeah, she had 30 points pa nga nung 5-setter nila against PETRO GAZZ back in the preliminary round. So for sure, she will have a lot of those again in this game. And of course, when you have a reinforcement like her, you also want a compliment for her. And the local that has been stepping up for them is the Lady Bees, Gretchen Soltones, who was with PETRO GAZZ actually the last time they won a title in 2022. But this time around, she's on the other side of the net.
Well, after that match, she was so emotional. I was seeing all the platforms showing her crying. And because, you know, you play long enough, sometimes evil thoughts enter your mind. Am I still good? Can I still play? But obviously, we got our answer in that game. Limited minutes, but she scored 10 points. You said the word, Dip. Compliment, a great compliment. So this dynamic duo will try to lead their squad straight to the final.
And when her number is called, she is ready to answer still. for the AKARI Chargers. And Kyla got to speak with them earlier. Coach Tina hoping that they make another finals appearance. What did she tell you earlier, Kyla?
Yeah, for sure. I spoke to Coach Tina and I was curious how they spent the past 2 days. Such a short time to prepare for such a big game like this, and she told me, well, walang choice. They had to go straight all out into training on Tuesday, and the thing that she did was early training yesterday instead to have the rest of the day off for them to prepare and recover however they'd like to. And I also was able to listen in to her final reminders to the team, and what I really liked in her talk there was how she reminded them that there are 8 other PVL teams here that wish and that dream to be in their spot. Such a good reminder to ground them and remind them of how big this really is for them. And aside from that, I also spoke with Annie Mitchum about their previous game. She thought it was a great performance. I asked her what really made the difference because it felt like it was going to be an extended, long game. She said, well, nobody relaxed. There was no complacency at all, and that's something they have to bring in to another big game today against PetroGAZZ. And talking about the PetroGAZZ Angels, I know that a lot of people are actually waiting on an update on Lindsay. And Lindsay told me, well, she's not 100%, but that she has a great team of PTs that have done everything in their power to help her recover and ease the pain in the past 2 days. She's not 100%. There's some movements that she has to be careful with, but she says she's ready to do whatever it takes. And it does help her feel better seeing that her teammates have stepped up, like Myla Pablo, who did amazing last Monday. Myla told me it's such a great reminder for her. More importantly, not just to other people, but to herself, that she is still a part of the story and the legacy of PetroGAZZ. And when you look at her numbers, she brought a storm last Monday, Dipinarine. It was crazy.
Yeah, thank you, Kyla, for that. And Myla Pablo, you know, when one player falls, another one is ready to rise. And Myla Pablo was that person for the PetroGAZZ Angels because of the reinforcement falling down in set number 1, tweaking her ankle. Well, vintage Myla Pablo. Bagyong Myla, as they always say, had 26 points against Creamline.
Well, it's a pretty similar story really with Rachel Soto. That sometimes they start, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have long minutes, sometimes they don't. But when called off the bench, even when they're cold, they show up. And Myla Pablo was moving and grooving that day, erupting like you both said for 26 points. And you know she is a storm. She will rage on. And you know the inspiration she brings to her team, especially when Lindsay went down with the ankle injury, was huge. 26 points, are you kidding me? And I have to say that the storm never bothered her anyway.
The cold never bothered her, right?
The
So
cold.
she is ready to get going for the PetroGAZZ Angels. We'll find out how she performs. But of course, we want to bring in our viewers in the conversation as well, Kyla.
Our players are all hyped up, Dipinarine, but so are fans online, especially those watching us on the Pilipinas Live app. Kaya naman, there's a live poll right below the stream where you guys can answer our question of the game. And today we are asking which veteran will help swing this semifinals battle. Will it be Gratch Saltones or will it be Myla Pablo? Again, you can answer that right below the stream on the Pilipinas Live app, or you can also join in our conversation online using the hashtag PVL2025. Now, it's an exciting doubleheader that we're having today, so let's not keep our fans waiting.
Yeah, we're ready to find out who will book the first ticket to the finals in our reinforced conference as we get us going here between the AKARI Chargers and the PetroGAZZ Angels, all here on Signal.
The question is,
why should your team enter the finals?
I believe that we've been working extremely hard as a team. We're very cohesive currently, and we've just been dealing with a lot of ups and downs as season went on, and we've been having that determination, that grit still, even every day, no matter win or loss. And I think that we've been working our hardest, trying to gel, trying to figure out ways to win, and I think everyone is putting in full effort and stepping up, so I believe our team should be in the finals.
Our team should enter the finals because we want to be the 2025 PPL Reinforced Conference champions. I think our team has gone through a lot, a lot of wins, a lot of losses, and also a lot of sacrifices in practice and everything you could think of.
I feel it did take a little bit of time. At first, there was, again, a lot of roller coaster up and downs with our team, and no matter what, we went back to the drawing board and did a very good job of breaking down what we need to do better, what's our weaknesses, and continuing to push each other and hold each other accountable.
It would mean a lot for our team to be the next PVL Reinforced Conference champions because we have trusted each and every one. We've gone through a lot of things as a team. Getting the championship would be the ultimate prize for us.
Jules to Pablo, and why not?
We have 2 reinforced crowns.
We've taken down the top seed.
While you might be shining now,
You may have tradition.
We have the experience, but we're lighting up a new era.
welcome to the semifinals.
Fourth conference of the Premier Volleyball League. The heart of volleyball played inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum in Quezon City. This is match number 53 of the tournament semifinals round matchup between the AKARI Chargers and their opponents, the PETRO GAZZ Angels. Introducing the 2 national referees officiating this match. Our first referee, Fernando Velarde. Second referee, Chopper Educado. Let's now meet the starters. First, for the AKARI Chargers. Middle blocker number 2, Pipi Sharma. Another middle blocker number 13, Sed Domingo. Outside sparker number 16, Ivy Laxina. Center number 19, Mars Alba. Guest player from the USA, outside hitter number 22, Annie Mitchell. And opposite hitter number 24, Eli Soyud. Starting libero and team captain number 15, Justin Hazareno. The head coach for AKARI is Tina Sala. And now the starters for the PETRO GAZZ Angels. Setter number 4, Jules Tolentino. Outside marker number 10, Brooke Van Sickle. Opposite hitter number 11, guest player from the USA, Lindsay Vanderweyde. Middle blocker number 13, MJ Phillips. Outside marker number 15, Myla Pablo. And middle blocker number 16, Rania Musa. Starting libero is number 21, Bang Pineda. The head coach for PETRO GAZZ is Gary Van Sickle. This match is held under the This is the semifinals match between AKARI and PETRO GAZZ.
Let's check out the starters for the AKARI Chargers: Domingo, Sharma, Soyud, Alba, Mitchem, Laksina, and Hazareno. For the PETRO GAZZ Angels, they will begin with Musa, Phillips, Vanderweyde, Tolentino, Van Sickle, Pablo, and Pineda. And we are all set for our first semifinals match on this Thursday doubleheader. Thank you for catching us on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app, Dip Dipianco, alongside Noringo. We have Kyla Kingsu at the sidelines who will give us reports and updates later on. Down to the final 4 teams, Noreen, after almost 2 months of intense battle. And winner here will get a ticket to the finals of the Reinforced Conference.
You know, Dip, looking at the starting rosters from both these squads, you don't envy the jobs of the liberos. You know, Hazareno and Bang Pineda, they're going to have their hands full. Although we all know they're equipped and they're ready. So this is going to be a great match.
And despite these two teams having experience in the finals of this Reinforced Conference, may mga bagong players then that were not here last year. Hazareno was not even in the lineup of AKARI when they played in the Reinforced Conference in 2024. And of course, Lindsay Vanderweyde coming back after her stint in 2022 when they won a championship.
Yeah, and you know that Lindsay Vanderweyde, she thrives in these occasions, in important matches. We saw it when she was with this same organization years back. The question right now is, with that ankle injury, how can she play?
Yeah.
I mean, you know she's there, but you know, will it bother her? Let's see.
Yeah, and Kyla told us earlier that she got to speak with Lindsay and said that she's not at 100%. She's honest about that, as Van Sickle gets their 3rd straight point here in set 1. But you know, she has teammates ready to step up, and also Lindsay is a fighter, so she continues to play. She went back after again going down with that ankle sprain. She missed sets 2 and 3, then set 4, bumalik siya.
Yeah. That's why you love really technology now, how you're able to play despite a ankle injury. Really, props to all the medics.
Yeah,
the
3-0.
PTs. Yep.
Free ball for AKARI, and they get their first point here. Alba tosses to Mitchem.
Oh, good dig.
Saved by Pineda. This is going to be another free ball for the Chargers. They go back to Mitchem on the cross court, and they get on the board.
Yeah, you like the misdirection from Annie Mitchem. She was dug earlier. She looked like she was going to the same place, but look how she changed the direction of that ball going to the corner.
Comes up short on that serve. So back to a 3-point lead for PETRO GAZZ early in this game. Myla Pablo did not start in that win over the Creamline Cool Smashers in the quarterfinals, but again, she had to go in the game early after Lindsay suffered that injury.
Yeah, and And with her entry as in the roster, you know that they will go to her.
As we get this report from Kyla Kingsu.
Dippenerine set one opens here with a perfect opening contrast, a battle of opposites, and I'm talking about the two pacers, the two anchors, and the two heroes of last Monday's game, starting with the AKARI side in Justine Hazareno, who plays defense like she's reading tomorrow's script, always one sentence ahead. I asked what is something AKARI's bringing that we haven't seen yet in the semifinals, and she said the joy, just playing with joy that calms everybody under pressure, helping everybody else breathe better too. And across the net, PetroGazz's POG Myla Pablo answered the comeback spark. Last game against Creamline, she didn't just step up, she stepped back into the spotlight like a familiar flame relit. She told me earlier she's missed moments like this, and she's glad that they still feel like home. It's the calm that steadies versus the spark that shakes. And that's a table setter for the semifinal.
Okay, medyo kinakaya-kaya tayo dito. Ngayon, pagdating naman sa transition, masyado mo pang binababa ng isa-isa natin. Let's go!
Timeout called by the AKARI Chargers. Before that, Kyla gave us an update on both teams and how they're tackling this semifinals match. But so far, so good for the PetroGazz Angels, who are up by 5.
Yeah, I think they're on equal footing today because of that quarterfinals match. You know, they were both lower seeded teams, but they ended up on top.
Yeah.
So they both must feel good coming into today's game.
The number 8 AKARI winning over the number 1 Farm Fresh Foxies. But first, this Tibay defensive play of the set is brought to you by Elastosil, Selyado ang bubong anumang panahon. For PetroGazz, they were number 5 again in the quarterfinals, beating the number 4 Creamline.
Their arch rival.
That's right. Multiple battles here in the PVL. That one long for Pablo. They're still up by 5. Coach Gary Van Sickle on his first conference as head coach for the Angels.
A man of few words when we check out the huddles, but obviously it works for PetroGazz. What is working right now is their blocking. Their net defense has been stellar so far.
Van Sickle on the drop. Picked up by Alba. Laxina will give up a free ball. Jules, back set to Phillips.
Wow. All systems go for PetroGazz here.
And guess what? MJ has 3 points to lead all PetroGazz scorers as they take us to the first technical timeout. Back inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum, Brooke Van Sickle, I think, is always in full tank mode whenever she sets foot on the court.
Yeah, and what you love about her, she's consistent. Ever since she joined the PVL, she has been consistent and a huge factor for PetroGazz.
Well, that's a 2-time MVP at that, talking about Brooke Van Sickle. And they're hoping that they get another shot of winning a title this year after winning the All-Filipino Conference early on in 2025. Battle at the net. Oh, reaching beyond called.
I think they're gonna challenge this, but what a dive by Justine Hazareno.
But they will challenge that overreach. PetroGazz asking for a reaching reaching beyond challenge, their first challenge in the game. They are up by 4 as of the moment. 8-4 is our score. Again, the PETRO GAZZ Angels. Last year in the Reinforced Conference, they finished in 6th place. Previous to that, 2022, they were champions when they beat Signal. Again, they had Lindsay van der Weide as the reinforcement there. And they bring her back, playing again, reunited with Brooke Van Sickle after they had their stint back in college.
That's a good story.
Reunion in the Philippines. And of course, Lindsay was a huge reason as to how Brooke Van Sickle ended up playing here in the country.
Do tell later.
Yeah. So it is
unsuccessful.
reaching beyond. Unsuccessful challenge for the PETRO GAZZ Angels.
Set number 1.
Well, then good call by the first referee because it was so fast, Dip. It looked like a joust, like a regular joust. But yeah, there was reaching beyond.
4-point lead for the Angels. Alba goes middle. Domingo doesn't get it. Van Sickle. Ball slowed down. Mars back set again, and this time she connects.
Well, you can see the movement of AKARI has picked up. You know, it's like they warmed up and then now they're here to play after that slow start. What a great slide there by said Domingo.
Lead down to 3. Elisoyud on deck to serve. It's a good serve.
Yeah.
Valentino to Brooke and the cross court.
That's a great response from PETRO GAZZ after that mini run by AKARI.
The spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
That slow-mo just showed that she did a great job in avoiding said Domingo.
Tolentino, who has had a great tournament so far, serving, that is out. AKARI has struggled to get some attackers on board. Only 2 players have scored 1 point each in said Domingo and Annie Mitchum, and the rest of their points coming from PETRO GAZZ's errors.
Yeah, we saw that follow-through was very flat for Soyud, but you did mention Mitchum. Maybe you go to her more.
That one drops though for said Domingo.
Well, you really appreciate these points here and there. You did mention their offense is struggling a bit, so they'll take what they can. But now Mitchum is in front. This is when you want to milk her.
And Laxina will work from the back. Tolentino to Musa. The reach by Ivy keeps the ball alive.
Good save.
Redo for PETRO GAZZ. Lindsay on the attack.
Good dig.
Dug by Mitchum. Alba goes for it. Oh, couldn't time it well. And a point for PETRO GAZZ.
PETRO GAZZ was already about to challenge that it did not go over, but it did not really go over for AKARI, so no need for them to challenge that hit of Mars Alba.
11-6, overpass. Regalo for Pablo. Her first point.
So that's to get her going. You know, the confidence that she showed in that quarterfinals match.
Really, that previous one that they played against Green Line, couldn't ask for more. 26 points off the bench. Mitchum.
Whoa.
Nice dig by Pineda. Tolentino tosses. And that drops for Myla Pablo. Back-to-back for her.
Well, PETRO GAZZ is pulling away here in the first set. Everybody working well.
Yeah. And they bring in Gretchen Soltones, talking about the Chargers, coming in for Ivy Laxina.
I think that's a good substitution. Things are not working. You bring in a reliable veteran in Soltones.
Yeah, she had 10 points off the bench in the win against Farm Fresh during the quarters. Oh, Pablo slowly heating up. That's 3 straight for her.
And she's feeling it. We always say, Dip, when you're confident, all the weaknesses of your opponents gets magnified, and Pablo's just reading AKARI's defense to a T.
Low pressure area starting to build up
Yeah.
before it turns into a storm.
Yeah.
Look at the defense. Send over. Pablo again. 4 straight points for Myla Pablo, and the lead now at 9, their biggest here in set 1.
This is her stage, you know, she likes the semis and the quarters and looking forward to the finals. What a first set for Myla Pablo.
15-6, Van Sickle is having a good time at the service line. And also, Pablo doing it on defense, and another point. That's 5 straight for Pablo to take us to the second technical timeout. Back inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Look at Myla Pablo from defense to offense.
She can do no wrong at this point. And you and I were talking about how her having limited minutes throughout the conference is actually advantageous to PetroGAZZ, because you have a healthy Myla Pablo at this point from the semis and from the quarters to the semis.
Very fresh.
Very fresh.
At this point of the tournament. Mitchum will try to stop the bleeding, and finally a point for AKARI.
Much needed point for Annie Mitchum and AKARI. Now they need a run. They need a desperate run.
Skechers play of the set brought to you by Skechers. Comfort that performs. That is Annie's second point. Again, it's only been her and Domingo who has scored so far for the Chargers. Tolentino underhand set to Van der Weide off the block and out.
Well, she will get her sets. We're expecting that. I think it will be a more distributed line of offense because of the injury of Van der Weide. But AKARI's got to realize that still Lindsay Van der Weide.
So you would expect Jules to, I guess, balance it out.
Yeah.
Not keep on going to Van der Weide. A. Adolfo now in the game for PetroGAZZ Angels. Mitchum. That is out.
Well, they tried to go to the slide, but yeah.
But a challenge will be called here by the AKARI Chargers. A block touch. Card is up. On the attack of Annie Mitchum. We'll see if there was a check. Change the trajectory of the ball. Soltones being that vocal leader for AKARI. Just letting them talk it out.
Yeah, I think what's important and what is needed at this point is for them to raise the level, their energy in playing. Like they're very nonchalant at this point.
No block touch. Unsuccessful challenge.
I think AKARI also needs to try to run Fifi Sharma. She is always, that spark that they need.
That one sails out for Adolfo. A 10-point lead for the PetroGAZZ Angels.
Oh, what a pass.
They go to Phillips, straight to Soltones. Mitchum on the approach.
Oh,
Good save by Van Sickle. Pablo. Alba now back to Mitchum. Saved by Pineda. Myla again, and that one ends up as a point for AKARI.
Yeah, that's better read from Soyud and PV Sharma. I think this is the tallest front row you'll have for AKARI. They have to take advantage. They have to have some stops here, some monster blocks at the start.
Yeah. Pablo. That one saved. Hazareno will give up a free ball. The Angels will set up. Pablo. It goes through. Nakalusot.
Yeah. A rare combination play, but yeah, that set looked like it was slow. But Myla Pablo just made the most out of that. Look at that power hit.
Also, Phillips helping out a little in drawing a blocker.
Yeah.
Alba to Mitchum again. Down the line, it works.
That was a tough angle. It looked wide from where we're sitting, but it clipped the line. Gotta see it again. Look at that.
Jonas Abete comes in for Lindsay van der Weide. And a good time to get her some rest because this is a comfortable lead for PETRO GAZZ.
Yeah. But if you're PETRO GAZZ, you want to try to end it or close this first set.
Soltones. Chance for the red shirts. Oh, look at that. MJ Phillips.
Hazarena was actually there, but it was too quick. Right? It hit her leg.
And that forces AKARI to call their final timeout of the set.
At least matagal tayo or matagal makakapag-set ng final lang. Kasi kung dito lang natin na tayo din mahirapan, wala pa yung bola sa kanila. Tayo nahihirapan na kagad. Okay? Ngayon, pagdating naman ng chance ball, pilit natin yung dito yung bola. Serve and pass ang problema natin. Serve and pass. So kailangan ng focus tayo doon. Tapos pag natin ang possession, dito tayo Mars. Kailangan lang natin mag-commit muna. Then pareho tayo isolate. Baba! Sasabihin lang natin! Defense! Diretso tayo! Marami bang pwede mangyari?
Timeout called by Coach Tina Salak. And it ain't over till it's over. Sabi nga niya, it's a long way to go. Set is not yet done.
But they have to go back to basics, really. You heard it, serve and pass, serve and pass. Passing is their biggest problem at this point. If you address that, that's when anything can happen.
10-point lead for the Angels. And AKARI responds after the timeout. The point for Eli Soyud.
Is that her first point?
Second point, actually.
Second point. Very quiet output for Eli Soyud. That's a good set by Maris.
Sharma serving 11-20.
Whoa.
And it's an ace for PV Sharma.
They'll take it any which way.
Befriending the net.
And so, you know, old school, but the train of thought is the setter always has to be looking at the ball and the net, because that can happen. It can just dribble over the net.
Van Sickle attacks. And a point for Brooke.
They're just playing it smart. They're just tipping it in the center of AKARI's defense.
Rania Musa checks back in. MJ Phillips now serving for the Angels. Mars back sets. Soyud is blocked by PVS.
You really see the versatility of these players. You know, you talked about Myla Pablo earlier, doing it also in net defense. So is Brooke Van Sickle.
Straight into the net for Phillips. And they can afford to make those mistakes.
Yeah, but you don't want to be giving AKARI some new life here. You want to end it quick. Also, because yeah, you want Lindsay van der Weyde to have her time at the bench.
Musa. Soid was there. Domingo will be the one to set up the play. Soltones scores.
That could be the start of the run that we're asking for and the fans are hoping for from AKARI.
Coach Tina wants to see that fight towards the end of this first set.
Yeah. Even if they go on to lose, right? Coaches will always say, broadcasters will always say, you just want to get a run going into the next
Para
set.
maganda yung pasok no, ng second set. A different energy for them. Van Sickle.
Oh, and a dig.
Great dig by Hazareno. Soltones scores another. 3 straight points for the Chargers.
And that's what they need, you know, that transition from great digs, great defense, and then you convert to offense and score the point.
And that one won by Soltones again. 3 in a row for Gretschel.
It's just a 6-point game.
And PETRO GAZZ calls for time. Timeout called by the Angels after the AKARI Chargers have gone on to a 4-0 run.
They're serving well. Everything is working well for the Chargers.
Van Sickle. And that one drops. They respond after the timeout.
Very deliberate hitting from Brooke Van Sickle. Just so smart, just hitting it off Mars Alba.
Subs coming in for AKARI. Jenny Tagaod in the game along with Bea Bonafé.
Lindsay van der Weyde is in.
Also back for the Angels. Tolentino with a serve. They go to Sed. Kept alive. Second try. Back to Domingo on a better hit.
That's a great connection, you know, for AKARI because it was Sed Domingo who got that pass to the there. She still gets a set.
Soltones serving 17-23. Tolentino sets up the play. Van der Weyde scores that one into the stands. And that puts PETRO GAZZ at set point.
You know, you feel for Lindsay van der Weyde because I'm sure in her mind, how I wish I were 100% in today's game.
The sooner that they get it done, more rest she could get.
Yeah.
But of course, AKARI won't make it easy for them. That one sails out, especially with the run that they've had late here in the first set.
At least for AKARI, they're showing that they have that within them.
Yeah.
You know, they were down by, you said, 10 points, 11 at most. But, you know, they narrowed it down.
Yeah.
It is a set. It is a ball game.
Yeah. Domingo serving. Tolentino kneeling down, and that one is picked up, saved by AKARI, and it drops for Annie Mitchum.
Well, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Who would have thought, look at the score, who would have thought they were actually down at 1 point by 11 big points.
It was 20-10 at 1 point. Pablo will get it done as she gets the final point in set 1 for the PETRO GAZZ Angels.
Everyone contributing to their cause.
This point is brought to you by Myra B. Vita Brighter. with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. And we'll be back with set number 2 right after this.
With Myra Whitening Vitamin Lotion, stand out with brighter, beautiful skin. Look at her glow and say hi to the camera. Flex that beautiful skin. Don't just be bright, be Vita Brighter with Myra Whitening Vitamin Lotion.
Back inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum for the semifinals here in the PVL 2025 Reinforced Conference and the matchup between the PETRO GAZZ Angels and the AKARI Chargers. We take a look at the numbers after set 1.
Yeah, it was a totally different ending actually to the set 1 that PETRO GAZZ had full control over. They had, we mentioned it, 11, 10-point lead. But then AKARI just found their groove.
Yeah.
But it was a little too late, and they're hoping here in the second set that they start out stronger and faster, communicate better. PETRO GAZZ, good start, but you know you have to finish it.
Yeah, for PETRO GAZZ Angels, they also did it in blocking. 4 of those coming from different players, which has allowed them to pull away easily against the AKARI Chargers. But we saw the fight towards the end for the Chargers. As we mentioned, they were down by as many as 11, but they came back, at least that momentum for them. But you want to see more, especially from their reinforcement. Annie Mitchum coming into this game as a number 5 scorer in the tournament. So a lot is still expected of her.
Yeah, but second in spiking, meaning her efficiency is pretty good.
Yeah, mataas din.
But it's a for me, Dip, it's a two-pronged train of thought. Yes, I mean, you know you want to rest Lindsay van der Weide. That's why when you had a comfortable lead, you took her out. But that's when AKARI started the run. Will that prove to be your undoing?
So now it's sort of a gamble then for Coach Guy. Will he keep her in the game for the most part? We'll see how they do here in set 2. We thank you again for joining us. If you just tuned in on One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app, Lindsay van der Weide gets us going.
Playing it smart, you know, the way she disguised that drop. Look at this. Even the very quick Hazareno could not keep that in play.
Alba setting up Domingo. Pablo defending at the net. Mitchum swings and scores.
That's what they need from Annie Mitchum. The blockers are there, but we said she was methodical. So she is actually methodical, so let her do her thing.
More than capable of racking up the points. Again, when they met each other back in October 23, a 5-setter. Over at the Phil Oil Arena, they had Mitchum scoring 30 points. That's another one for the Chargers, and Mars Alba is pumped up.
They do forget that Mars Alba is an option. She is an aggressive setter who knows how to attack.
Putting some spin on that. Look at her.
You know, Mars Alba knows they can play better than they did in the first set.
That's an ace for Set Domingo. A chance for us to send this to Kyla Kingsu for her report.
Disciplinary in if in set 1, I focus on the quarterfinal anchors. Set 2, allow me to zoom in into the ones sailing, the setters that are dictating the pace of this matchup, because this is a duel in tempo featuring former teammates Mars Alba and Jules Tolentino. I was the correspondent when they were both still in LaSalle, and Mars reminded me that I was a first-hand witness of how she and Jules shared similar struggles when it came to trusting themselves in a team with high expectations. And seeing how Jules plays today is such a challenge that she loves to face. In her words, sabi nga niya, we know each other's tendencies, pero kahit ganun, she's still going to do things that I don't expect. Kaya kailangan talaga laging alert sa bawat galaw. Jules Tolentino, on the other hand, a rookie thrown into a PVL semifinals, suddenly leading a championship contender. If anything, she's proving why she was the lone draftee for this veteran team, Dipinarin.
Great report, Kyla. You're right. Jules Tolentino and Mars Alba were once on the same side of the net, competing in the UAAP for LaSalle, and they won a championship together before Alba moved on to the pros, and then Jules followed suit. Kaya siguro nadi-disorient si Kyla na parang magkakampi to the last time I saw them playing together.
And one is in pink and one is in red.
Nag-iba na ng kulay. Alba goes to Sharma, and the AKARI Chargers have a 2-point lead.
And now they're pumped. That's what we're saying. The level of the energy they bring into the game, now you see it. And then good things happen. They're ahead by 2.
Set up to Pablo. The answer.
I like that. The answer. Because even in that first set, when they needed a point, a desperate point, they go to Myla Pablo. Yeah, he did mention 8 points for Myla.
1-point game. Sharma checked at the net. Redo for AKARI. Not the best set for Mitchum. Had to use her offhand. Van Sickle also adjusting.
Wow!
What a play for Brooke Van Sickle. Gliding from the back.
And disguising that tip. Nobody home.
Look at that. The athletic ability of Brooke Van Sickle. Mitchum. And Tolentino won't be able to chase as AKARI keeps their 1-point lead.
Yeah, that's when you know that Lindsay van der Weide is not 100%. She'd normally go for that.
Di na niya hinabol.
Wala na.
Mitchum leading the way for AKARI with 6. Phillips. That's wide.
Oh, you don't see a lot of errors from MJ Phillips, but yeah, too much heat on that slide attack.
7-5 in set 2. Tolentino back to MJ. Pinabawi. Mitchum picks it up. The transfer to Soyud. Dug by Van Sickle. And again, Myla Pablo finding a way to score.
The answer for PETRO GAZZ. But I like that set from Tolentino. After that hitting error by MJ Phillips, you go right back to her.
.67.
Good serve.
Good defense by Pablo. Van Sickle now in the front. Coverage by Pineda. Back to Brooke. And she scores on the second try.
You see the variety of her shots. It's not just strong. I'm going down the line, off speed hit. Just so smart.
7-all. Alba back sets to Soyud. Picked up by Lindsay. They go middle to Phillips.
That's what going back to her earlier did, you know. Now she's gaining confidence.
Right, and they will take us to the first technical timeout. The first ever FIFA Futsal Women's World Cup is happening from November 21 to December 7 at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. Visit FIFA.com/tickets for more details, or you can watch it live via the Pilipinas Live app, One Sports Plus, and RPTV if you have time to catch that. Do so at the Phil Sports Arena. I believe our national team will be playing their final game tonight for the FIFA Women's Futsal World Cup.
As you were saying that was a strong serve by Myla Pablo. So an error for PetroGAZZ.
Valentino sets up the play. Van Sickle coming up short.
Well, she was successful earlier with her drop shots. That time she needed a bit more power. Oh, 2 straight errors for PetroGAZZ.
Oh, another ace for Fifi Sharma. She has 2 in the game and a total of 3 points for the middle blocker.
And the technical timeout did AKARI good. You did mention 3 straight points.
Been serving well. Broken play here. Van Sickle on the runner.
That's how you make up for your previous error. Out of system play and you get the point.
Every time you score out of, again, you mentioned out of system plays and yung mga alanganin na, they give out a laugh like that because masaya sila because they get the point, diba?
Yeah.
Thinking that it was just gonna be an easy send over.
And sometimes you think, I swear.
It's my lucky day today. But they won't show that. They won't say that. No one will admit. Another point for Van Sickle. Back-to-back for BVS. 9 points for her. Tied with Myla Pablo to lead the way for PetroGAZZ.
You love the way she thinks, you know. After that error, after AKARI scores 3 straight points, they score 2 of their own.
Yeah, middle blockers have been serving well here. Even Phillips. There's a net fault on the side of the Angels.
The Angels have to be careful. Their errors are piling up here in the second set. Max Wangko is playing libero here for AKARI. Oh! See,
That one short.
See, before that serve, I wanted to say this is the rotation they like with Soyun serving. I didn't say anything, and then she said, so it's not us. It's not the commentary's curse.
Yeah, and valid yun because she's actually #1 in serving. So
yeah. And it was this rotation that started the run in the first set.
she leads the way in the reinforced conference this year with 16 aces. 11 all. Van Sickle trying to break the tie.
Oh.
Look at Hazareno go.
Good save! Oh!
Again! But this time, Justine won't make it.
Good effort though on the side of Hazareno. Gotta see this. Look at that.
This is the attack that did it for PetroGAZZ. Lindsay van der Weide.
Hazareno probably thought I shouldn't
Stay
have
there.
Yeah, I shouldn't have left that spot.
Dun din bumalik eh. Oh, she's been running after it. She's been going after those balls, but they can't send it over.
I'm gonna call the Olympic Committee. The track and field, for that matter.
Skechers play of the set brought to you by Skechers Comfort that performs. Brooke Van Sickle now with 10 points. Pwedeng dual sport athlete si Azareno, no?
Track and field, come on.
2-point lead for PetroGAZZ. Oh, overpass. Chance for the Angels. The swing by Lindsay doesn't work. They go back row to Pablo. And almost, but not quite. The point for the Angels.
That's just a great set from Tolentino. Going to the pipe attack from Pablo.
Sabi ni Pablo kay Van Sickle, salitan tayo. They both have 10 points
Wow.
in the game. Timeout for AKARI.
Yung bola. Ano ba ang sistema sa depensa? Angat lang natin. Hayaan natin ang setters magpabilis ng play. Hindi, nandito pa lang yung bola. Gusto nyo na kaagad Anton. Wala nang option si Bea mag-isip kung kanino niya dadalhin. Nawawala tayo, ladies. Isa. Okay, na-serve na. Naano na natin yung serve and pass. Ngayon yung defense naman. Ayusin natin yung block and defense natin.
Let's go! Yung small balls, wag natin pabayaan. Pinaghihirapan natin yun.
Timeout called here. Coach Alessandro Lodi in the house. Preparing this early for the next conference or just enjoying volleyball action. He had some good words to say about the AKARI Chargers after they eliminated the Foxies.
Breaks of the game, you know. I mean, they did work hard. You know, Farm Fest, they did work hard, but yeah, AKARI was just a better team that day.
A hard-earned straight set win for them. 2 extended sets yun for the Chargers last Monday. Mabot pa sa 30-28. Juanco is now in the game. Kept alive. Tolentino back sets to Van Sickle.
Oh, still alive.
Play on. Jules nilipat kay Lindsay and Van der Weide with a cross-court shot and drops right on target.
That's a smart setting there from Tolentino. You're spreading the block by going opposite and outside.
But AKARI will call for a challenge. Ball in, ball out. It looked like it was in though, but we'll see.
Yeah, from where we're sitting, it looked good. But then, you know, when you look at the score, it is a better set than the first set for AKARI.
Yeah. Right within distance, and they have taken the lead actually here in some points. Ooh, that was close. Out nga.
We sit corrected.
Yeah, we stand.
Sit, we're sitting.
Oh yeah, we're sitting. You're right. I was about to say stand corrected. Pero magka-counter challenge ang PetroGAZZ.
Challenge.
Yeah. It's a chess match. Don't let them know your next move. This time they call for a block touch challenge. So it was actually out. It looked like so sobrang bilis kasi, diba? We didn't catch that, but good eyes on the AKARI Chargers. Let's see though if there was a block touch. Was there?
Oh, there was.
No, there you go. Good counter challenge. And PetroGAZZ gets the last lap, at least in this sequence.
Yeah. Boy, really appreciate the coaching staff.
Woo. That's why you never give up if you think you saw something like that. You have the challenge to reverse the call.
Any doubt. But you have to have your challenges.
Yeah, dapat yun for sure. Setback by PetroGAZZ as they bring us to the second technical timeout. But first, this tibay defensive play of the set is brought to you by Elastosil, Selyado Abubong, Anumang Panahon. We'll be back after the break. Back inside the big dome, and Justine Hazareno keeping the lights on when they face Farm Fresh.
Keeping the lights on. Dapat spoiling the milk.
I like that, huh? 21 digs. And Mitchum gets the point after the technical timeout.
However, you know, Mitchum, like we said, second in spiking in terms of efficiency. She reads her opponents. Maybe you have to really get her more sets.
Yeah.
Try to make her dominate.
Like we said, 30 points when they face each other in the preliminary round. Today, she only has 7 so far. Tagaod with a send over. Tolentino has been setting up plays so well. This game goes to Lindsay van der Weide.
Boy, the angle she chose, Lindsay van der Weide, was such a smart choice. Look at that. Nobody home in zone 1. 4-point lead for PetroGAZZ. Oh.
And a service ace delivered by Rania Musa.
Rania Musa, you know she's not the first option for PetroGAZZ, but she contributes when she can. She got a one-on-one block. Now she gets an ace. These are very important contributions.
But she heads to the bench right after that. Pinasok si Chisait. Was also a good server at that. Bonafe goes to Mitchum. Attacks and scores. This spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin' Pasalubong ng Bayan.
You know these setters are great diggers, but that time Annie Mitchum just said, I'm not gonna give you your moment to Chisait.
Speaking of setters, Marsalba now serving. Tolentino goes middle to Phillips again. The distribution to perfection.
And really, the decision-making of Tolentino, trying to distribute, trying to let everyone contribute. You're really not putting too much pressure on Lindsay van der Weide, given her situation that she's still nursing an ankle injury.
Nabanggit natin yan. Last time out, their last game, suffered an ankle sprain. Annie Mitchum gets another.
That's what we said. She needs to score, especially when she's in the front row. Look at that. Down the line.
9 points for the reinforcement of AKARI. Van Sickle extends for that.
Wow.
Phillips punches another.
They barely got that first pass to Tolentino, but they made something out of nothing.
You know, we sound like a broken record praising Jules Tolentino, but we have to because, I mean, look at the scoring for PetroGAZZ. Van Sickle and Pablo, they have 10 points each. Van der Weyde and Phillips, they have 7 points each.
Balanced scoring.
Oh, Pablo was looking at Lindsay. They looked at each other, staring contest now. So they weren't able to save that ball.
Myla Pablo forgot. But you must try not to make Lindsay Van der Weyde move too much. As I said, I was looking at her saying sorry to Van der Weyde.
Oh, they let that ball sail out. Lindsay playing dodgeball. MJ Phillips now ready to serve. AKARI Chargers trail by 5, but this is not yet done. In set 1, they made a late run to trim the lead, but Soyud with an attack error.
Yeah, this is one individual that has been quiet today, and they need her to come out of that shell, you know, and play Soyud volleyball.
Timeout here for the Chargers.
Hawakan natin every ball possession. Hawakan natin. Diba, hindi na nga pinagpapawisan yung kalaban natin. Doon ako naiinis. Hindi pinagpapawisan. Nananalo sila na nakatayo lang. Tapos sa hirap na hirap tayo sa serpent pass. Hirap na tayo sa depensa. So kailangan naman konting pride. Napahirapan din naman natin. Semifinals ang pinag-uusapan dito. Going to finals. Konting pride tayo.
Up tayo! Up! AKARI!
Timeout called by Coach Tina Salak, and you heard the words straight from her. Frustrated that PETRO GAZZ is not even putting a lot of effort this set 2. Sabi nga niya, hindi na napapawisan, and they're getting the points.
Yeah, and to add to their woes, remember in that first huddle, Coach Tina Salak said, we have better passing. Now, let's work on our defense. And then they give up an overpass.
Yeah. Azareno will be the one to set up. Pensoltones scores.
And this could be the spark that they need, the AKARI Chargers.
(23) or 17 rather to 23. Tolentino sets up Musa, who brings PETRO GAZZ to set point.
Well, even Rania Musa is contributing. We did say a block, an ace, now a kill.
Titignan ni Julius yung player. Sino pa bang di nakakadami dito?
Si Bang Pineda. Bang ready.
24-17 serving for the set. Alba to the middle. Doesn't get it. Van der Weyde ends it right there on a smash. As the PETRO GAZZ Angels take a 2-set advantage. This point is brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Down it goes as they take us to the break. They're now up 2-0 over the AKARI Chargers.
We're looking for the Devon certified Kativi Babad Barkada inside the Araneta Coliseum. Fans of the PETRO GAZZ Angels, make some noise! And of course, fans of the AKARI Chargers, wave to the camera and cheer for your team when you're featured on the Jumbotron. Isa pa nga mamaya para sa AKARI Chargers. Enjoy unforgettable TV Babad moments with your loved ones only with Devon.
Back inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum for your PVL 2025 Reinforced Conference. The PetroGAZZ Angels are now up 2-0 over the AKARI Chargers. Let's take a look at the numbers, Noreen, and break it down for us if there was anything different that you saw between these two teams in the second.
Well, what seemed like a better set for AKARI pretty much ended the same way as the first set. It's just the run that happened to AKARI, or for AKARI, was towards the end, and this one is the start. But you can see how PetroGAZZ countered it. It was really their balanced scoring. 18 points. Their attacking was just phenomenal because of Tolentino's great setting.
Yeah, we've been talking about her playmaking in this match. Again, a well-balanced scoring for her teammates because of her distribution, which has led to this two-set advantage over the AKARI Chargers. But this is not yet too late for the Chargers. Again, we've seen big comebacks, a reverse sweep here and there. So for the Chargers who have that experience, and of course coming from their reinforced conference championship stint from last year, they can still get back in this game. But it has to start right away here in the third set. Can Brooke Van Sickle and the PetroGAZZ Angels contain them and get a straight set win, or will the AKARI Chargers extend this one?
Well, they're using the same six, and rightfully so. It has been working. You know, even their challenge, they always have the right counter measures. But AKARI, you like this. They need a change because so far the six that they're hoping or they're banking on is not working. The chemistry not working. So you forget about your game plan. It's now about changing, about strategy, about changing your strategy.
Forget about the first two sets. Play like it's the start of the match. For Coach Tina Salak, she wants to see the fight from the Chargers, especially after they made history in being the #1 team, or the first team to topple the #1 seed in a quarterfinals match. This Tibay defensive play of the set is brought to you by Elastoseal. Selyado ang bubong anumang panahon. They have to remember, hey, we were #8, we took down #1, we could do this again.
We can do anything after we did that.
2-0, Pablo. Tagaod with a pickup. Pazareno pumps it to Soltones. That is wide.
Always an opportunity. Nobody manning the line there. And Rachel Soltones knew it.
But you like the start of AKARI in this set.
Really changes, you know. And they're gung-ho to play. Talking about Chenny Tagaod and Victoria.
And you see that their movement is a lot better to begin this. Moving around, and a point there for the Chargers.
In the background, I like the reaction of Mars Alva. She had strike a pose, will you?
She's always entertaining when it comes to those reactions. Tolentino sets up Pablo. Net fault.
Ball hit the antenna.
Yeah, that set was too near the net. Myla Pablo tried to brush it off the blockers, but caught a piece of that net.
4-1. That one is wide for Pablo. So it's now a 4-point lead early on for AKARI as we get this report from Kyla Kingsu.
Dippenerine set 3 here like that in a blink of an eye. Will PetroGAZZ secure the ticket this early? Well, we'll have to say we've got a lot of players contributing, but a lot of eyes are also on Brooke Van Sickle to come alive here and seal the deal quickly. I point out Brooke because there's extra motivation in the mix here for her. 1, the chance to make the finals again. 2, alongside Lindsay, her former teammate. And 3, with her parents right by her side. Brooke said it, honestly, what more could she ask for? Petro's fight this conference has written a story of grit, strategy, and heart, and it seems like it may be in Lindsay's destiny to make yet another PVL Finals appearance. These are the moments that will define the season and where we see the reason they're a PVL champion team. Dippenerine.
Thanks, Kyla, for that. Well, we'll find out if that destiny will come true for the PetroGAZZ Angels. Of course, Lindsay van der Weide wants another final stint and to win another championship, this time with a good friend in Brooke Van Sickle.
It's not going to be easy. Again, she is nursing an injury.
And for Brooke, who is playing with added inspiration with her parents by her side. Play on. Rally here. Still going. Pipe attack from Brooke. Checked by Sed. They go to Pablo. Dug by Soltones. Long rally alert. Mitchum ends it. 6-1. And 10 points for Mitchum.
It was slow, but she gets the catch.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng Bayan.
What a start by AKARI.
This is what you've been waiting for if you're Coach Tina. For the players to wake up. Get moving. That goes over. Azarena says it's mine. They go middle. And Domingo scores.
And AKARI fans are alive here in this match.
Skechers play of the set brought to you by Skechers. Comfort that performs.
And what you like is everyone is contributing. The blocking, and the error again.
And just like that, AKARI takes us to the first technical timeout. Back inside the big dome, a 6-0 blast here.
MJ
And
Phillips.
finally, PetroGAZZ gets a point.
Yeah, much needed point. If you're PetroGAZZ, you want to finish this in straight sets because you know what AKARI did to Farm Fresh, right? So you have to have that in the back of your minds. Never count them out.
Mitchum saved by Pablo. Brooke attacks and scores. Back-to-back for PetroGAZZ after the first technical timeout.
You like that. I mean, from PetroGAZZ, it's like suddenly they feel that urge to score. They need to score 2 straight points, like you said.
Domingo goes far, but too far on that.
There is a meter running. 3 straight points for PetroGAZZ.
Pablo continues to serve. Good first ball. Mitchum. It drops.
Yeah, again, when Mitchum is in front, you have to go to her. You have to feed her.
9 for AKARI.
You did say it, Dip, right? She scored 30 points in their last meeting.
Oh, no October.
Oo.
October 23 to be exact. So, a month ago, Domingo sends that straight to the net. Desra Madrigal, by the way, in the game for the Chargers.
That was Madrigal, right?
With MJ Phillips serving.
Oh, that turns into a point.
Again, they'll take it. Whatever works for AKARI just to build this run, this lead.
Kalmot lang dun. Musa doesn't get it. They go to Mitchum. Van der Weide picks it up. Tolentino sets up Van Sickle. Blocked! Met upstairs. And Jenny Tagaod celebrating that.
Yeah, teaming up with Ezra Madrigal.
Madrigal getting the rejection for her second point. Musa this time converts.
So the middles of both these teams are actually contributing.
Sasagutan.
Oh.
Serving now is Jules Tolentino, 11th overall pick in this year's PVL draft.
Ooh.
Now setting up the reinforcement. Van der Weide, that is wide.
Yeah. She asked for it. She asked for it from Tolentino. But again, you know, bothered obviously. Not a perfect approach. She hits it wide. 6 points.
Yeah.
I mean, AKARI needs to take care of this lead.
It will hurt them if they don't. Jules to Lindsay. Mitchum was ready. Sultanes on the gather, and a point for the Lady Beast.
Sultanes on the net.
Points, or the ball is dropping at the right spots for AKARI.
7-point lead now for the Chargers. This is their biggest in set number 3.
They are fully charged here in
Yeah.
set number 3.
Van Sickle now.
Oh!
That one will be a point for PetroGAZZ.
Yeah, if you're PetroGAZZ, that's the way to go. Go back to your ways, which is distribute the ball. You know, you have Pablo there. We have Brooke Van Sickle, Van der Weide. And you even have Musa. You know what I'm saying? You have to go back to what was working in the first 2 sets.
Yeah, 13 points now for Brooke Van Sickle. Right behind her is Myla Pablo with 10. Van der Weide and Phillips both with 8. For AKARI, Mitchum with 11. Domingo with 8.
Good dig.
Pablo on the swing. Saved by Hazareno. Sultanes. Pinadaan sa blockers.
Oh!
And Pineda trying to go to Lindsay on that. A bit ambitious with what she wanted to do there.
Yeah, and AKARI being very focused here in set number 3 just punishes that.
14-37. Serving Ezra Madrigal.
This time a better setup for Van der Weide. At the same time, somebody touched the net on the side of AKARI.
Yeah, Van der Weide is just using her length. Again, not the perfect approach, but she gets the swing and she still puts it down.
Yeah, that was Getchel Sultanes getting the violation. But still a 6-point lead for the AKARI Chargers. For a moving much better this set 3.
Yeah.
Brooke to Myla. Tagaod gets a touch. Hazareno goes back to Chenny. Set back.
Is that Pablo?
Looked like it.
Doing it in defense again. Let's see.
Oh, it was MJ Phillips.
MJ Phillips.
Second kill block for MJ Phillips. 5-point game. Oh, that was so quick. Couldn't do much against that with the attack of Sed Domingo.
Yeah, that was the connection you've been waiting for from Sed Domingo and Mars Alba. Because, you know, when Said Domingo joined AKARI, she got injured and was never the same. So in this conference, I was waiting for that connection.
The development at yung pag-build ng chemistry with her teammates. Para paputol-putol, but this conference, they have done well. Her connection with Marsalba, play on. Van der Weide, denied. 7-point lead again for AKARI.
Defense working for the AKARI Chargers.
And we go to the second technical timeout. They're up 16-9.
With Be Vita Brighter with Myra Whitening Vitamin Lotion.
Still serving Jenny Takao.
Back inside the big dome, what has changed here in set 3, Noreen? I mean, AKARI, they did not get the lead in the first set. Set 2 was sort of the same story, but what spelled the difference in the third?
The biggest first is they're more aggressive here. You can see the way they move. It's like everything has a purpose. Second is their defense. Their net defense has been working, knowing that they need to step up in terms of stopping PETRO GAZZ. They're doing exactly that. So, AKARI, you like the 6 inside the court. It's working for Coach Tina Salak.
They're still up by 6 here. They got 7 after the service error.
And they're doing a good job in sustaining, this lead, maintaining this lead.
We're going to protect this as much as possible. Get one set first and then worry about the next after. Tolentino kneeling set to Pablo. It works.
Well, that breaks her dry spell. Myla Pablo, she started out strong, scoring 10 points. And if I'm not mistaken, that's just her 11th.
Yeah. It's been quiet here in set 3, but finally getting her first point of the set. Jonas Sabete now in the game. Pineda was right there. Tolentino goes middle to Phillips. Red by Sed Domingo.
One thing I've noticed also, Dip, for PETRO GAZZ, because the blocking of AKARI is working, for some reason, their coverage is in shambles.
Yeah.
They get a hand, but the follow-up is not there.
And they will call a timeout as they trail by 7.
Ladies, we cannot exchange side outs with them, right? We have to stop. We have to go on a little mini run here. So we got to get the ball back, and we got to score 2 or 3 points. We can't just keep sliding out back and forth, right? Stay focused.
We come back from worse. Let's go.
Timeout called by the Angels. You heard Coach Gary saying no room for side outs. They have to make a run. Lindsay says no time to waste as well because AKARI slowly pulling away.
Yeah, I mean, they're down by 7. For obvious reasons, they need a run, like Coach Gary said. But It's also for Lindsay van der Weyden to actually rest if they can finish this in 3 sets.
You have to credit the Chargers, though, leveling up their play.
As expected.
In the third set, they're only 7 points away from taking set 3. Tolentino to Phillips. Good reflex by Tagaod. Mitchum waits for the ball. Sabete was there. Tolentino had to send it. Nalba going for that tough angle.
She always wants to go for tough angles. Mars Alba, but that time, too much heat.
12 serving 18. Serving for Petrogas, MJ Phillips.
Now Petrogas hoping that this could be the beginning of what coach is saying. We need the run.
One hand set. Kept alive by the Angels. Play on. Hazareno dives for it.
Wow.
Free ball. That's a bit tight. AKARI now. And the point for Ezra Madrigal.
And Mars Alba is really giving Madrigal the confidence to challenge Rania Musa at this point. Now, when Musa is there, speed and Madrigal, and so far so good. But commend the defense of both these teams.
Back to a 7-point lead. Van Sickle goes up. That's out. But there was a check.
Van Sickle gets a block touch.
Tagaod admits to it.
Well, because also Lindsay van der Weyden is in the bench and Pablo's at the back. For me, Brooke Van Sickle's got to rise up to the occasion here. Got to take charge for Petrogas.
Oh, Annie Mitchum with a hammer. Look effortless.
Yeah, no reaction after that point.
Ivy Laxina is back for AKARI. She started this game out, but Sultanes has played majority of the minutes. AKARI are 5 points away from taking set 3. Tolentino turning around, goes to Brooke.
What a save.
Laxina, her attack picked up, and Sultanes sinungkit.
Oh, they have to credit that point to Hazareno for really keeping that ball alive. Look at this.
What a save by Hazareno.
Boy, Petrogas defense also not there for them here. A lot of overpasses.
Back set Sabete, comes up short. 22-13. The AKARI Chargers looking to run away.
Much to the delight of their fans because they've been waiting for this.
22 serving 13.
And they bring in Achi Cheng.
Yeah, Janelle Cheng will be the setter now for Petrogas. Back to Sabete, it's wide. Nothing working now for the Angels.
Well, good news for AKARI because Petrogas Angels is trying too hard. They stiffen out, they froze. They're committing the errors. Interesting, I'm curious to see the errors.
Yeah, and you expect this for AKARI in a semifinals match to not go down easily. Alba with the incredible save. Tagaod off the block and out as the AKARI Chargers zoom to set point.
The meter has transferred, officially transferred location. It's now with the AKARI Chargers.
Naglipat ng outlet siguro na higher voltage.
Chargers.
For set 3, they are moving a lot better here. Alba running after it. Hazareno.
It's past our A-boards, but Hazareno tried, wanted to.
I mean, I was expecting that she would actually be able to send it back. That's how good she is. Wouldn't have been surprised kung nabalik yun. Gusto nila manigurado dito at tapusin na. Timeout for the Chargers. Timeout called by AKARI. They are ahead by 10. Biggest lead was at 11, which was previous to this point. Thanks to that woman who has also been great on defense.
And they have set point. Multiple
set points.
1 million set points.
Here they go. Van Sickle says not yet. Cheng goes to the middle. It works for Rania Musa.
Well, remember what AKARI did in the first set. They made a run. That's what PetroGAZZ wants, even if they go on to actually lose this.
Alba back set Tagaod. Kept alive. Pablo. Oh. Unable to send it over, and that ends set 3. The AKARI Chargers storm back after a slow start to this match. They have come alive. As this point is brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin powered whitening lotion. Earlier, the pound from Annie Mitchum, and this game is not yet done. We'll go to a set 4 right after this. Back here on One Sports, on One Sports Plus and the Pilipinas Live app. Tip Bianco still with Noreen Go covering the match. And we are going to a set 4 because the AKARI Chargers, something switched for them in set 3. Talk about it, Noreen.
The most important thing is Coach Tina was willing to make that change. I'm sure it is a calculated risk. I always say it is a risk, but it's calculated. He's used different sixes at different points in time. Whatever works. And the third set, she put in a different 6, and it made all the difference. Look at that. In terms of attacks, they out-attacked PetroGAZZ, who was dominating them in the first 2 sets. And then the defense, that started it all when they made the stops at the net. Whether or not it's the monster block or just putting a hand at that changed the offense of PetroGAZZ. The errors also. I told you I was curious to see the error department. PetroGAZZ with 8, you saw that. You know, they were stiff, they were tight, and they were committing the errors. Okay, that's the thing that PetroGAZZ wants to address coming into the fourth set. For AKARI, you're doing things well. Just keep For me, that energy, keep that grit, enjoying themselves, and hopefully you're looking at a 5th set.
Yeah, total turnaround in set 3 for them. Set Domingo has 10 points for AKARI. Lindsay van der Weide on the other side has 9. As we've been saying all throughout here, she's not at 100%, but she is hoping that their team will be able to get the job done as we welcome you to set 4. We are underway here inside the Smart Araneta Coliseum for semi-final showdown. Thursday doubleheader, and Domingo starts us off.
Yeah, and making sure that effort of Justine Nazareno was not for naught.
The attack efficiency of AKARI also has gone up in set 3, 32% conversion rate. For PETRO, guys, they were below 20%.
Oh, less than 10 for set 3.
That one is out for Tagaod.
Well, it's important for both these teams. Whoever can start out strong normally claims the set, as we saw in the first 3 sets. What a serve.
Alba goes to Soltones. Van Sickle was there. Jules back to Brooke.
Oh, what a dig.
Dug by Hazareno. Soltones now straight to Phillips. Van Sickle putting some spin on it. Back and forth we go. Alba, underhand set to Soltones. Off the block and out.
Off the block, Petra Soltones.
Well, Brooke Van Sickle, her off-speed attacks has been read perfectly by AKARI. You might want to change it.
And to your point, as you mentioned, whoever gets the strong start will most likely get the set. Well, in set 3, hindi lumamang yung PETRO GAZZ at all. Because AKARI all the way.
Good dig.
Tagaod. Second try, Alba faking the attack, goes to Mitchum. How do you like that?
We did expect that of Annie Mitchum, just hoping that she gets more sets so she can actually dominate there in front.
Unable to close the gap there. Pineda goes to Van Sickle. Stopped by Soltones. Here comes Annie with a swing and score.
Well, guess what? Who has a strong start?
Well, let's get this report from Kyla Kingsu.
Dippenery and AKARI really said, don't count us out just yet. I mean, set 3 has really become a favorite and a dangerous spot for a plot twist. And last game, AKARI also had Gretch Soltones as their patron saint of momentum swings. And today, she's against her former team, the Angels, who once named her a champion. In set 4, here will be her canvas. She does always tell me that every rally is a new story. And while we always welcome new storylines of contenders here in this league, they have a bronze and a silver already on display. Will it be a gold on the way? We'll have to see, Dippenery.
Thank you so much, Kyla, for that report. Soltones is that patron saint for them of momentum swings. Sino ba ang patron saint ng 5 sets? Ikaw ata eh.
Hindi. It cannot be.
Van Sickle attacks for her 16th point of the match.
Much needed point for PETRO GAZZ. But you were talking about Soltones, Dip. You know what you love about her? It's not just offense. How many digs has she had in this set alone? And tough ones at that. Yeah.
Good first ball. Mitchum has been unstoppable as of late. 16 points as well for the reinforcement.
And AKARI is looking good. What we had predicted will hold true. We are going to a 5th and final set. It's a strong start for AKARI. Now it's in the hands of PETRO GAZZ how they're going to respond.
Attack slowed down. Alba choosing Mitchum, the hot hand. Why not?
Good things happen to AKARI when Annie Mitchum is in front.
Already 5 points for Annie Mitchum here in set 4. tahimik lang sa simula.
Oh, warm up.
7-2. Make that a 4-point lead now for AKARI after Musa scored that.
Yeah. But sometimes, the thoughts that play around in our heads, when are you going to put in Isa Pontillas? This could be a good time because of her experience. Oh, they call it challenge.
Netfall challenge is what AKARI called. You're right, talking about those types of moves. Papaisip ka, diba? Try to change the complexion of the game.
Yeah.
And we've seen it from AKARI when they brought in Soltones, Tagaod. That made the difference. Madrigal also. Even Bonapeo checked in, was able to contribute. Sina when she came back, so all these moves helping out AKARI. For the PETRO GAZZ Angels, they have used limited rotation so far.
Yeah, not too much.
Yeah, Saet, Sabete, and Adolfo were the players that came off the bench.
And Cheng.
Yeah, and Cheng too for a while. Again, the netball challenge here for the Chargers was there. Could they lose one challenge? Score is still 7-3 in favor of AKARI. Brooke Van Sickle with a serve.
Let's see if PETRO GAZZ can bring up a couple of points.
Oh, that one is out. As we go to the first technical timeout, the Chargers are up ahead by 5. Back inside the big dome. A 5-point lead for the AKARI Chargers here in set 4.
Needed, the much needed point. Remember in the first set, Myla Pablo exploded. The drops, the blocking, everything working, and then she was silent. So they need her to score.
Yeah, she only had 1 point in set 3. This is her first point in set 4 for a total of 12. Meanwhile, Annie Mitchum has been on target. 18 points and counting.
Yeah, and that's a great execution for AKARI because you look how fast this was. Just a one-on-one. By the time Pablo's on the way up, the ball was already on the floor.
Vander Weide on the power tip. 10 points for her.
Slow, painful 10 points for Vander Weide. Yeah, good call. That was a lift.
Catch violation. Madrigal.
That ball spent about a split second in the hand of Madrigal.
6-9 here in the fourth set. PetroGAZZ fans trying to encourage and cheer on their squad. Oh, that fault. Phillips denying that one though, but the point, guess it was on Jules, so point goes to AKARI.
The service zone is Madrigal.
It looked like MJ Phillips went into the net.
10-6.
Ooh, that looked like it was going out.
Yeah, Pablo with the stretch, goes for the attack, roofed. Jules will send it over. Alba looks at the options, goes to Soltones. Van der Weide exerting more effort than usual there. Mitchum, we go on. One hand set to Pablo, doesn't get it.
The drop's not working for PetroGAZZ. Oh, good dig.
Alba to Domingo, that doesn't go over.
That was a long rally. How sad it ended in an error there. You know, again, you have to commend the defense of AKARI Chargers.
Serving for PetroGAZZ.
Coach Tina says, settle down, we're still up by 3.
Yeah, that's a pretty comfortable lead at this point. But if you're PetroGAZZ, you want to score some more while Annie Mitchum is actually in the back.
Tagaod with the stretch. Van Sickle
Oh!
flat on the attack. That is out.
Boy, these errors are really hurting PetroGAZZ.
Napapaisip si Coach Gary Van Sickle. What adjustments can he make in this set to try and end this already? Tagaod serving joust. PetroGAZZ with a setup. Chenny with a save.
Yeah, good read.
Soltones. One hand save by Van Sickle keeps the ball alive. Oh!
Down the line.
That's the way to go for Brooke Van Sickle. You make an error or you commit an error, you make up for that. PetroGAZZ needs Van Sickle to get her numbers in.
It went through for BVS. Still playing catch-up though, 8-11. Soltones. Napayungan. Healing set again to Van Sickle. Hazareno won't get there in time. Back-to-back points.
Well, for PetroGAZZ, better defense.
Skechers play of the set brought to you by Skechers. Comfort that performs. And that point forces AKARI to call for time. Timeout called there by AKARI. They are still up by 2 points, but are trying to prevent PetroGAZZ from getting back in this game.
Still serving MJ Phillips.
And a service ace delivered by MJ Phillips. What a time for her to get that.
Well, PetroGAZZ, after losing that third set in the fourth set, finding answers finally. It's just a 1-point game.
Oh, that's back-to-back aces for MJ Phillips, and we are tied at 11. How quickly the tables have turned.
And 2 service aces.
That is a momentum swinger.
Domingo.
But Seth Domingo quickly silences the crowd of PetroGAZZ.
And Seth Domingo for me today, she's like the cool one. You know, she's not showing that she's panicking or frustrated. She's just doing her job.
12 points for Domingo. Van Sickle. Naibalik. Tolentino. This time goes to Pablo at the back. Hazareno guides it towards Mitchum. Alba. Nothing there for AKARI. PVS on the swing.
Oh, good dig.
Soltones has been doing just that, sweeping at the back. Dug by Van der Weide. Play on. Long rally alert. Thought nobody was there.
Oh, yeah.
But Hazareno was ready to cover.
Oh! That was
Van Sickle. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
I know. That was the fiercest swing and hit thus far from Brooke Van Sickle. That's it.
That's it. Just have to say the name and you know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah. Can't get any closer than this.
12 all. Mitchum attacks. Dug by Pineda. Tolentino waits for it before she goes to Van Sickle, but return to sender.
That block is huge. Right? It's a silencer. Silences the crowd.
Seth Domingo. What a return for her.
Yeah.
Serving Seth Domingo.
But you can see that PetroGAZZ is not going to Lindsay van der Weide. That's a huge question.
Yeah.
When will you? When will you?
Musa on the power tip.
Rania Musa. It's the spot.
She has been successful with those strong tips. Actually, more successful than the drops of Brooke Van Sickle.
4 deadlocks in set 4. Mitchum on the run.
Annie Mitchum gets a block touch.
19 points for Annie Mitchum.
It's like when she goes for that slide and you're the defender, it's like you just want to close your eyes and
Yeah.
protect your face.
AKARI back with the lead. Pablo again. The net defense of AKARI working to perfection. Much like in set number 3.
Yeah, great defense, Chenny Tagaot. But, you know, for PetroGAZZ, they're becoming very predictable. That's why the blockers have more success at the net.
6 blocks as a team now for AKARI. Somebody touched the net on the side of the Chargers. Lucky break for PetroGAZZ.
Yeah, that was the time. You need to go to Van der Weide some way, somehow.
Chisayat comes in to serve.
Serving Chisayat.
14-15.
An interesting substitution, although I'm saying that it could be good. They need the experience
Yeah.
of Chisayat.
Mitchum again.
Annie Mitchum in zone 1.
They haven't found an answer to Annie Mitchum as we get to the second technical timeout. Coach Sergio Veloso also inside the big dome, catching some PVL action. Speaking of Sergio, batiin na rin natin si Sinjin Reyes sa happy birthday.
Sergio Reyes. Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday,
Sinj.
our producer.
Hard at work on his birthday week. Oh, that goes through for Ivy Laxina. Look at him jump up and down.
Oh, she knows she got lucky there with the help of the net.
3-point lead after PetroGAZZ were giving them quite a scare because of those deadlocks. Tolentino to Phillips, nabasa. Pablo will try, no. Third attempt here for the Angels. It'll be Lindsay, high enough for Hazareno. And Soltones, that is out.
You know, if you're the teammate of Justin Hazareno, I mean, how do you think that feels that you know that she's just there? She's just diving for every ball.
Tolentino goes to Pablo. Alba got a touch. Well timed by Soltones. That one close to going out. Pablo on the approach. It's in for Myla.
Pablo down the line.
There's going to be a challenge.
There's a ball in, ball out challenge by AKARI on that last action.
Challenge ball in, ball out, right?
Yeah, remember they already lost their first challenge earlier. Sa simula ng set 4. See how this will be for AKARI. Ball in or ball out. Again, 4 deadlocks. Set 4 has been close. Kind of like what happened in set 2, where we had 7 deadlocks and 4 lead changes. Oh, look at that.
Barely
so close. AKARI pointing to the big board. It says none, but
that is so close, Dip.
Probably like a millimeter of the smallest of margins.
Yeah.
You have to look into a microscope with optical zoom lens.
Yeah.
Ano, pero pag doon, kasi pag doon talaga titignan. Doon talaga natin patitignan sa course ko. Kasi meron pa siyang ticket eh. Meron pang ticket, kaya doon sa challenge natin patitignan. Sa challenge natin patitignan. Sa ano doon? Sa monitor.
Hindi po pumatak sa line.
Sa monitor nga, sila nag-desisyon eh.
Coach Tina Salak, Coach Edward Julio looking at the monitor to make sure.
But you feel for them because it was that close.
Yes.
I mean, questionable. Could be. It's a matter of perspective, angles. But yeah, I mean, call stays now.
Rarely happens, but it does. And when it does, I know it hurts because ganun kadikit.
Coach Tina, Coach Ed has accepted, so
Yeah,
move on.
They just have to move on from that point. Don't let it stop them or stop their momentum at least. Soltones, down it goes.
That's the response of Gretchen Soltones and AKARI after that miscue from Van der Weide and Brooke Van Sickle. Not the miscue you want to see at this point for PetroGAZZ.
Jules to Pablo.
Oh!
Ivy and Ezra caught flat-footed. They froze instead of getting that ball, which had enough air actually.
Yeah.
Airtime. There you go.
Look at that slow-mo. It landed right in between. That is the cause of the confusion.
Mars to Soltones. Doesn't work. Pineda will get to it. Van Sickle.
Oh, what a dig!
Too low for Domingo. Back with the red shirts. Alba with the pickup. Binalik sa kanan. And it goes through for Cherry Tagaod.
You know, that push by Tagaod was all heart, really wanting that point for AKARI. Cherry Tagaod, look at that.
And PETRO GAZZ will call for time.
Ladies, don't hang your heads here, right? Hey, let's not hang our heads. Just keep battling. They're not going to give it to us. We have to take it from them. Let's settle down here. Get a side out. We're okay. Okay? Keep playing our game. Just stay focused here.
Timeout call there by the Angels to see some of the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells. JC Makalalag also back inside the Big Dome after a huge win yesterday in UAAP's match. They are through to the Final Four, talking about the DLSU Green Archers.
I actually watched that game.
Panood mo?
Yeah.
Daming tao, no?
Yeah, not live.
For a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I was here live and energy was different.
You know, during that huddle, Coach Gary actually made all the sense. He said, they're not going to give it to us. You have to take it. You have to play our game.
Down by only 1 point here in set 4.
It's never been this close today.
Yeah.
Anyone's game.
Bonafe back on the floor. They go to Soyud, who was sat out for a while, but contributing right off the bat when she is on the floor.
MJ Phillips was actually there, but look at the reaction of Musa. This miscues from both sides will be a huge factor.
Tolentino. Van Sickle blocked. No entry.
And when defense is working for AKARI, that's pretty much bad news for PETRO GAZZ.
Yeah, 3 blockers inside. Domingo erases that. Sumobra and napaganda pa for PETRO GAZZ.
Well, Tolentino did a great job in trying to show that she's going to go for that set, but she let it go. 2-point lead. 2 points.
Still hanging in the balance this set.
Great pass.
Bonafe back set to Soyud and PETRO GAZZ. It's their turn. 20 points for Brooke Van Sickle. And that monster block.
That is huge for PETRO GAZZ.
1 point game. Bonafe goes to Mitch Amani with a swing. Pineda saves it. Here comes Brooke. And Lindsay van der Weide ties it up at 21.
That's a great setup. That's a great setup for that overpass.
Because of that attack of Brooke, it went back. And Lindsay says, give me that.
Pero kailangan natin, receive natin, receive to. Okay, receive to tayo. Gawa tayo ng paraan. Set! Hingi tayo, set. Cover natin yung kahit si Brooke. Kaya natin si Brooke. Let's go, walang PVL.
Let's go! AKARI!
Timeout for the AKARI Chargers, who have led all the way here in set 4, but there have been 5 deadlocks. PetroGAZZ threatening to overtake. The lead was at 5 earlier for the Chargers.
Good pass. Oh!
PVS block Van Sickle.
Block Van Sickle. And that's her second huge monster block at this point.
Get that out of here.
And that's against Mitchum.
And they get the lead for the first time in this set. Mitchum responds.
Hold on to your seats.
22 all. 22 points for Van Sickle, 21 points for Annie Mitchum. What a matchup.
What a matchup. What a game. And you can sense if AKARI wins as they have full momentum going to the 5th set. So PetroGAZZ wants to end it right here.
Oh, Tolentino had to go after it. And the serve drops. It is an ace, courtesy of Sed Domingo, her second in the match.
I'm actually surprised no help came for Tolentino. Yeah, it is Brooke Patrick. It is Lindsay van der Weyden with the injury.
15 points for Domingo. More importantly, they are up by 1. Timeout for PetroGAZZ.
Let's go. Ladies, deep breath. Stay focused. 1 pass, side out. We serve 2 to win. Okay? Okay? There we go. That's the mindset. Side out. 2 to win.
Timeout called here by Coach Gary Van Sickle. Their team down by 1. They got a taste of the lead for a while. But AKARI getting it back quickly.
You heard the mindset though. Side out and serve 2 to win.
Yep.
That should be the mindset. But I'm sure Sed Domingo has the same mindset.
Better pick up this time by Pineda. Van der Weyden, that is.
Set too far from the net.
Alba to Mitchum.
Oh,
Pineda with a save. Play on. Tagaod. Goes to Mitchum. Dug by Pablo. Lindsay on the approach. Kept alive. Still going on in this long rally. And that's a net fault on Lindsay van der Weyden at a crucial point in the game. AKARI is at set point.
That was great defense though by both Pineda and Pablo. It was too near the net, and you know the options of van der Weyden very limited at this point. But come on, AKARI. Again, they have the same mindset. They won a 5th set.
Sed Domingo serving for the set. 24-22. Tolentino goes to Van Sickle. Brooke, steady hands, steady save for Soltones. Mitchum for the finisher. No! Oh! Kept alive by PetroGAZZ. Second try for Annie. Oh! Nobody home! And we are going to set 5.
What do you expect? AKARI, total change of fortune. They really changed the way they played in the last 2 sets.
The AKARI Chargers end the set on a 4-0 run. This point is brought to you by Myra V Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. Down by 2 sets, they answer back with 2 straight sets of their own. So we go to a 5th and final right after the break. needed that breather, Noreen, as you're going to set number 5 between AKARI and PetroGAZZ. And this is the semifinals, so you didn't expect any less from these two teams.
Well, with the stakes this high, meaning whoever wins goes to the finals, you know, both these teams are really just giving it their all. We did say that about AKARI. They had a very slow first 2 sets, but you can never count a team who has made history by unseating the number 1 seed going into the quarterfinals. Let's look at the numbers, the attacks, the blocking. You know, that really helped AKARI. But for me, really, it's the way when Coach Tina brought in a different 6 in set 3, it changed it. A lot of the things changed. Their energy, their confidence, their teamwork. But I have to say, even if she doesn't score a lot, the defense of Rachel Soltones is key to the victory of the AKARI Chargers. And then not to mention, of course, Annie Mitch. Everyone's got. But Rachel Soltones manning the back.
22 points for Annie Mitchum and for Brooke Van Sickle. That is the matchup we are looking at right now as we head into set 5, our 7th fifth setter in this 2025 reinforced conference. AKARI, before this, they have only played in 1 5-setter, and they beat Creamline in that match early on in the conference. For PetroGAZZ Angels, they have played in 2 5-setters that win versus AKARI, as you mentioned, back in October, and a loss against Zeus Coffee. So we begin set number 5. Thank you for joining us. If you're still with us from start to finish on One Sports Plus and the Pilipinas Live app. Oh, Pineda. Miscalculated.
She had too many things in her mind. You can see looking at, you know, where to put it, looking at her teammate beside her. And that moment of hesitation caused that error. That's not how you want to start.
And a service error for Sed Domingo, who, by the way, served pretty well towards the end of that set 4.
Yeah. I mean, the tough serves really gave all sorts of problems to PetroGAZZ.
PetroGAZZ Angels winning the first 2 sets of this match. AKARI answering and getting sets 3 and 4. Lindsay van der Weide with a swing and a score.
That is how you create the opportunity for Lindsay van der Weide. Give it closer to the net, but not too close. And she will put that away. It's just, she also has so much energy and frustrations and energy.
Alba to Mitchum. That drops right inside for Annie Mitchum.
For Annie Mitchum, it is almost automatic when she gets the set.
2s across the board. 2-2, 2-2. And lifting catch and throw called there on Musa.
Yeah, you cannot fault Tolentino for going to Musa because she has been successful in the little times you go to her. But this is the 5th set.
So lead now with the Chargers.
Yeah.
13 excellent sets.
Oh, good save.
Still playable. Saved by Hazareno. But eventually a point for PetroGAZZ.
With all her strength, any strength she could muster, Lindsay van der Weide trying to score for PetroGAZZ. And because she knows they need her, right? They need her.
This is a seesaw battle to begin set 5. 3-all. Mitchum short on the attack.
Uncharacteristic error for Mitchum, but remember in the 4th set she was stopped by Van Sickle a couple of times, so that kind of altered her decision making. She's got to go for it.
Yeah.
You know, she got to go for it.
Yun yung ginagawa niya kanina eh. When they got back in this game, just like that. Heard you.
Just like so. Well, with Mitchum going to serve, this is if you're PETRO GAZZ, this is when you want to take advantage.
Service in. Tolentino. Underhand set to Van der Weide. AKARI asking for 4 touches.
Too near.
Van Sickle had to use her offhand. Scramble for both teams. Who can execute? And Van Sickle, not enough power.
But this is where you see, right, Jules Tolentino is a rookie, right?
Yes.
You can see right now, you know, the sets are far from the net. She has to settle down. This has been a great game for Tolentino so far. Not a time for you to doubt yourself. Oh!
Mitchum with a service error. You talk about her playing in a pressure-packed game like this. And I think the first for her in her young career with PETRO GAZZ.
She is a rookie after all.
Being put to the test. AKARI, a blockbuster for Gretchen Soltones.
How huge has she been for AKARI Chargers?
She has a dozen now in the game. Won a championship with PETRO GAZZ back in 2022. This time, hoping to send AKARI back to the finals of the reinforced. Oh, cross-court for Van Sickle.
Well, this is her time. Look, Van Sickle. That's a huge swing for Brooke Van Sickle.
Mars goes to Soltones. Dug by Pineda. Pablo. Red. That time. Mars with a stretch.
Chance.
Soltones. Set back. One more try for Gretchen on a softer touch. Van Sickle brings that to Pablo. Picked up by Mitchum.
Good defense.
And we go on. Still playable. Back row for Brooke. No!
Oh.
Hazareno was right there. Gretchen, one more time. Hazareno with a cover.
That's gotta hurt.
You hate to see a rally that long and good to end with an error. But that happens because sometimes you get impatient, try to do different things to end it.
Yeah, because defense on both ends doing well.
So subukan mong humanap ng butas.
That's the thing.
Back set to Tagaod. Saved by Van Sickle. Domingo was ready.
You know that any overpass will be punished here, especially in the 5th set.
7-all. 6th deadlock. Let's make that 7th deadlock. Here in set 5. Yeah. So every point dinadaan natin, nagtatabla. That's how close it has been. And MJ Phillips scores that one for her 13th point of the match.
Doesn't have to be that strong all the time.
Let's get this report from Kyla Kingsu.
PVL fans, we are in the change of court in the 5th, and the final word seems to belong to Annie Mitchum for AKARI and Brooke Van Sickle for the PETRO GAZZ Angels, who do not just score but really shape destiny here for AKARI. Annie Mitchum told me making it to the finals will be huge for this team. They fought from the bottom, and she sees every set feeling like proof to her girls that they belong here for PETRO GAZZ. Brooke Van Sickle doing everything alongside Lindsay. As these former teammates told me, important games don't wait. Final games are what we play for. They're what we live for, adding every point with meaning. It's more than just volleyball for AKARI. It's the thrill of giant sling momentum. And for PETRO GAZZ, it's the pursuit of legacy and another championship ticket. In those few minutes between sets, strategies are whispered, morale is lifted, and the semifinal isn't just a match, it's a story being written live. Dipinarine.
Thanks, Kyla, for that. Well told. by Kyla the stories of these two teams. For the AKARI Chargers, they were here last year in the Reinforced Conference Finals. They were runners-up. For PETRO GAZZ Angels, they have had that championship experience, winning 2 in the Reinforced Conference, 2 titles. They want to get back after a while, which is the entire point of bringing back this woman right here.
That is true. You like that. You know, you go set to Van der Weyden, and she got the check.
8 deadlocks, 5 lead changes. Race to 15. Jules back set to Van der Weyden. Popped up. Mitchum. Nothing there. Pablo now.
Good defense again.
Boniface tosses. Mitchum breaks the block.
Come on, you have to credit that point to the defense of AKARI.
PP Sharma back in the game after a while for the AKARI Chargers. Serving is Ced Domingo,
9-all.
who has a couple of aces in the game. 16 points, but you're right, 9-all.
9-all. Oh,
Lindsay breaks the deadlock. 10-9.
but you actually like the substitution because Sharma is really known for her net defense, but that time Van der Weyden just overpowers the block. Ooh.
Soyud. Oh, something called. Did they cross?
There was a collision there near the net. They're not gonna challenge that.
They will call a timeout instead as they now trail by 2. Timeout for the Chargers.
Kailangan natin tsagain yung maayos ng galaw, yung nag-iisip ng galaw. Hindi tayo pwede, ang dami nating errors this set. Wala na dapat, kahit continue tayo mag-create ng points. Block tayo, serve tayo, then attack. Okay, walang option ng errors. Tama na. So regroup tayo, balik tayo, Ellie. Madami tayo. Let's go! Let's go! AKARI!
Timeout for AKARI after a foot fault violation there in the center line para sa Chargers. Again, last time these teams met, October 23rd of this year, the earlier part of the Reinforced Conference. 5 sets din yun. And same thing, PETRO GAZZ won the first 2, AKARI won the next 2.
You covered that, no?
Hindi. Iba yung pinadala nating Saint dun for the 5-setter. Van Sickle. Over and out. Some breather for AKARI. They held their breaths.
No. Well, Coach Tina said there's no room for errors at this point.
Timeout,
PETRO GAZZ calls for time.
Hey, we're still up 1. Right, here we go. We just passed the ball. We're up 2. We serve 3 to win. Right? Think that, right? Let's go. We have this.
Yes, first ball, we side out right now. Let's
Right
go.
here. Go, come on. Got this.
Serving 11, serving Mars Alba.
All important serve for Mars Alba. Chance for AKARI.
Mitchum. It's inside for Annie Mitchum. And she ties it up at 11.
Great response here after going down by 2, you tie it. But the thing is, with PETRO GAZZ, what you're seeing, all the sets are so far from the net. They don't have a chance to attack.
Skechers play of the set brought to you by Skechers. Comfort that performs. Intense battle between these two teams. Mitchum commits an error after her point earlier.
Yeah, that bump set though was too near the antenna. She tried to use her left.
Well, serving 11, serving G.
Woohoo! And he won his game.
12-11. Chisayet on deck.
That's a great serve.
Alba goes to Mitchum. Down it goes for Annie Mitchum. 12 all.
Boy, the defense of PetroGAZZ really just questioning how do we stop Mitchum because we have our best girls at the net. But they married the same result.
Tolentino. Van der Weide. The chase by Hazareno.
Oh.
Unable to get it. The point for PetroGAZZ, and they're back up by 1.
A for effort though for Justine Hazareno. That deserves a standing ovation, Dip.
The swing by Van der Weide.
50-meter dash.
Just didn't get there on time. Little to no separation between these two teams at this point of the match. That is out. Was there a check? None. AKARI might challenge. A block touch is what they're asking for. A huge challenge that needs to go their way. Otherwise, PetroGAZZ will be at match point.
MJ Phillips gave out this really huge grin and she was so sure there's no block touch.
AKARI trying to rewrite the story, flip the script from their encounter earlier in the reinforced conference. But the PetroGAZZ Angels wanting to repeat the 5-set win. No block touch over the hands.
Over the hands.
And the PetroGAZZ Angels are at match point.
What a game, Dip. What a game.
Timeout called by AKARI.
Let's get this one point. Totally magbabago lahat. It will make a difference sa lahat. Sige, tara. Basta, side out agad. Nagkakaintindihan. Yes, God. Go forward, wala na. 0-0 ulit. Bawi tayo. Kaya.
Last year's silver medalists in the reinforced conference are hoping to get back in this game down by 2 as PP Sharma and the rest of the Chargers want to put up a fight against Jules Tolentino and the PetroGAZZ Angels, who were 6th place in last year's reinforced, but they know what it takes to get to that. Now Lindsay serves for the match.
Oh, that was too strong.
Hold on to your seats.
Yes, I am.
If you blink, you will miss this. And this time, PetroGAZZ will call for time.
Hey, take a deep breath. Ladies. Hey, we get one side out here. Yes? One side out.
We do it
okay?
this point, girls. That's my bad.
Inside game, girls. Inside game. Let's get 1 with 5.
Now in the arena, we are in for a photo finish.
Yeah.
In our semifinals bout between 2 lower-seeded teams who have overcome the odds.
13 serving 14.
Prayers
serving
for the
PP
Chargers who
Sharma.
want 1 more point to extend this. And serving now is PP Sharma.
That's a good serve.
Pablo gets it. Tolentino goes to Van Sickle.
Oh, chance.
Kept alive. Alba to Soltones. It's out. It's out.
Do they still have a challenge remaining?
And that's exactly what they do before PetroGAZZ gets to celebrate. We will have to wait for the result of this challenge.
But PETRO GAZZ is so sure, again, like earlier, that there was no touch.
Sultan is talking to Alba. Alba asking Gertrude, meron? Meron ba? I didn't see I didn't see her answer because nakatalikod siya sa atin. So we'll see.
Well, they're hoping against hope that maybe the video will go their way. But what a match, Dip. This is a great, great semifinals match.
Is there a block touch? There is none. Above the fingertips. The point goes to PETRO GAZZ, and after 3 years, the PETRO GAZZ Angels are back in the finals of the Reinforced Conference.
Hard-earned victory, really, for PETRO GAZZ. Again, Lindsay van der Weyden not 100%. We saw it, you know, they felt it, but the other girls stepped up. What about AKARI, Dip? Oh,
hats off to them.
Yeah, exactly. Keep their heads held high. What a fight they gave today.
What an effort
Ladies and gentlemen, this
for the
match is
AKARI
ended
Chargers.
with set scores.
They were down by 2 sets. Third set, they started off differently, different energy. Their players off the bench sparked them, recharge. But at the end of it, the PETRO GAZZ Angels had enough left in their tank.
Yeah. It's really, it was neck and neck all the way. It's just the last few errors.
And this point is brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. A lot of efforts on the side of AKARI to save those balls, but in the end, PETRO GAZZ getting the victory in 5 sets. We'll be back to wrap this one up after the break. Back inside the big dome as we just finished this 5-setter classic between the PETRO GAZZ Angels and the AKARI Chargers. Look at how close the scores are. And again, hats off to the AKARI Chargers for that fight. Nothing to be ashamed of, really, Noreen.
Especially after a slow first 2 sets, they fought their way back only to fall short, but the fight is what you appreciate.
This Babad Player of the Game is brought to you by Devant. Enjoy unforgettable TV Babad moments with your family only with Devant. And we send this now to Kyla Kingston.
Here with me is Brooke Van Sickle with a triple-double performance with 23 points, 13 excellent legs, and 18 excellent receptions. Big congratulations to you and the PETRO GAZZ Angels, Brooke, for booking the first ticket to this PVL Reinforced Conference Finals. Now, I want to ask, when you look back at this conference, when you look back at this journey, and knowing that you have the opportunity to hopefully win another gold after they did in 2022, what are the emotions that resurface? How does this moment feel for you?
Yeah, it's just very surreal. We had a lot of ups and downs in the beginning of the season. To be here now, entering the finals is amazing for the team, and I'm just really proud of everyone stepping up, and especially through injury with Lindsay. And you know, AKARI pushed us to our absolute limits. That was the most stressful game I've played in a very long time. They definitely pushed us mentally and physically, and that's just like how volleyball should be in those high moments. You, as an athlete, you want to be in those stressful moments, and it's just good competition. This whole conference, it's you don't know who's going to win, so it's just a battle all the time.
For sure, Brooke. And let's revisit that third set because that's when AKARI really came alive. And what were the in-game adjustments that you believe made a difference for you guys to seal the deal here?
Yeah, it's just to stay calm and collected. I feel like once the third set started, our positivity and our happiness kind of went down a little bit. I thought AKARI did a fantastic job bouncing back in the third. They definitely adjusted as the set went on and the game went on, and they definitely pushed us. So congrats to them. I thought they did wonderful, and good job, Annie, fellow UH Bow.
And is there anyone you'd like to greet? Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you everyone for supporting the PVL. Thank you Petro GAZZ fans for coming out and supporting us today. We love you all.
There you have it, Brooke Van Sickle, our player of the game. The Angels are going to the finals, and I'm excited to join them in their journey to the crown as their insider. See you in the finals!
Thank you so much, Kaya. There you have it. The best player for this one, Brooke Van Sickle, a triple-double for what a performance para sa PETRO GAZZ Angels. And Kyla did a fantastic job as well of covering them, and she will be with them in the finals. One slot is booked for the Reinforced Conference Finals, and that belongs to the PETRO GAZZ Angels after beating AKARI in 5 sets. Let's take a look at the final numbers of this one.
What can we say? It's just really close. It boiled down to the last 2 points in the 5th set. But what you appreciate really from Petro GAZZ, they know their weakness. They know that Lindsay van der Weide was 100%. It's how they pitched in, you know, how they helped to get the victory. But again, we commend Coach Tina Salak, the organization, and AKARI. They fought a good fight. It was just not meant to be.
They have to keep their heads held high because, again, they played well, fought hard, did not give up, managed to extend the match into 5 sets. And again, as Brooke put it best, it was a stressful match, but that's what we want here. We want to get stressed and to enjoy the highs and lows and get in these big moments. And now, Game 1 is done. The PETRO GAZZ Angels, after 3 years, are back in the PVL Reinforced Conference Finals. They have a shot at winning another title in this tournament and a chance to win their 2nd crown in 1 calendar year.
Yeah, it's going to be a great last weekend for PVL.
And up next, do stay tuned because we have 1 more game remaining. The Zeus Coffee Thunderbells will take on the PLDT High Speed Hitters in another high-stakes matchup. But for now, that does it. Again, the PETRO GAZZ Angels advancing to the championship round as they take down the AKARI Chargers in 5 sets. On behalf of our director, Ken Natividad, our courtside reporter, Kyla Kingsu, my partner, Noreen Go, I'm Dipti Bianco saying thank you for watching the PVL Reinforced Conference. This is the heart of volleyball.